These thrillers haven't even dropped yet, but the buzz, the synopses, the vibe, they are already giving blockbuster star energy. Whether it's a killer premise, a twisty setup, or that one author that never seems to fail and delivers a banger every single time, these 2025 thrillers are screaming, please adapt me. Let's make it a Netflix special. Let's put it on the big screen. Think like movie level tension or binge worthy plots. These books just feel bigger than the pages that they are surely written on. I'm walking you through some upcoming releases that I handpicked because I truly believe in my Unhinged bookworm experience that these thrillers could be the next Fool Me Once, the next Gone Girl, The Silent Patient, The Housemaid, all of the above. Now, because all of these are pre-orders, it's a little bit different because I can't say, hold it up to you in my hand, like my current read, Society of Lies, which, if I could go on a side tangent for a second, I cannot imagine in any world where the ending of this book here is going to change my already 5.5 out of 5 star review. I have about 50-ish, 75-ish pages left. I cannot wait to talk to you about this one in particular further, but it's going to have to because I'm not done and that's not the point of this video. So what I did instead was make a little presentation for you on these thrillers that I do truly believe will become big screen adaptations. Personally, I'm hoping for like a Netflix adaptation so I don't actually have to go to the movie theater and I can just watch it in my pajamas with my cheesecake like after my kids have gone to bed. So anywho, let's go ahead and dive in. Lucinda Berry. I know I'm a little out of breath. I'm like very excited about this. So Lucinda Berry is one of my very favorite authors. Now, last year in 2024, when I restarted my bookworm journey after having my 3 kids and kind of like, finding the opportunities to carve out that time for myself, one of the first books I picked up was Lucinda Berry's The Best of Friends. And I cannot tell you how much that book truly did impact me and how it just really kickstarted my reading. It truly did. It just put it back into high drive. Like, I can't say enough great things about it. But anyway, so when I saw that Lucinda Berry had a new book coming out, I was super, super excited about it. So it's called 1 in 4, and we're actually only a few weeks away from it coming out. So I will be getting it as soon as it comes out, okay? It has a very interesting premise about a former child star that is trying to kind of get back on track. And we see that all the time, honestly, like in real life, right? Child stars tend to just not have the best young adulthood, I guess maybe would be, the way to say it. But it just sounds really, really great. There's a murder. It's got all the things. The cover really does give me Society of Lies, and then one of Sherry Lapina's new books that I do have later in this presentation. Now, Goodreads did not rate it that highly, but I'm still going to give it a try again. I absolutely love Lucinda Berry, so I am very, very excited to read this one. Next up, we have The Last Fairy Out, which sounds extremely suspenseful, okay? I've never read an Andrea Bart's book, but I did get one of her other books, We Were Never Here, which was a Reese Witherspoon book club pick. So I'm very excited to read this. I'm probably going to read her other one first, just, because I already have it. But this one sounded really, really good. Tropical paradises with fiancés. And I just feel like it hits all of those key things that I'm looking for when choosing a new thriller book. It's got the tropical paradise. There's an engaged couple. There's some murder. There's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Did someone do something wrong? Who is at fault? It just sounded really, really good. And the other thing that I really liked about it when I was was reading through the description, it kind of reminded me of Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly, just because like it's a remote island and you have to ferry there, but then like the ferry schedule is like really wonky and no one actually knows when it's going to come. So it also reminded me of Beautiful Ugly in a way. So we'll see. It also has lower than 4 stars from Goodreads, but we're going to give it a try anyway. Next, we have Our Last Wild Days. Now, one thing to know about me is that I absolutely love books that are set in the South. I don't know what it is. I've never actually been to the South. I live in Maryland. So I've been to like Florida and I've been to Texas and stuff like that, but I've always been intrigued and like enthralled in books that are set in Southern culture, like the Georgia, Louisiana, like the Bayou type areas. I don't know why. I just truly think, some people love like books that are about rich people in New York City. I don't. I love books about real people, like realistic people that live in Louisiana. I don't know. Color me crazy, but there's something about it. This book truly is giving I am very, very excited about it. And reading through the description, it definitely sounds like it's going to be up my alley. And it sounds like it's going to be a story that would portray really, really well on like Netflix or on some sort of streaming service. We've got a bunch of things happening. A young woman is murdered and no one really seems to care, including her own brothers, which just puts like a family plot twist on it for me. I am super into stories like that. So personally, I think that this is going to be a really great book. So I'll be ordering that at the end of May when it comes out. I guess I don't really need to tell you guys how stories about like a bunch of women at parties that go wrong is up my alley. I feel like all of these things are up my alley, which is why I read so many thrillers. But truly like an adult's weekend away where it's supposed to be like this amazing thing, but turns out to be awful. Stories like that just really, really get me. So I am interested to see if this has like multiple points of view or if it's told from one person's point of view. It kind of seems like it could go either way. I do see that it has like the kind of more modern podcast trope to it, which I have read. I started reading None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell that has that similar like podcast back and forth type thing. And I haven't finished it yet. So I'm not exactly sure how much like the podcast angle will play into it, but we'll see. It could be very, very interesting, but it also could go a little flat. It has 235 reviews and 333 ratings on Goodreads, and it's not great, okay? It's a 3.59 out of 5 stars, so could go either way. We'll just have to wait until June to see. Okay, Our Last Resort by Clemens Michelin. I'm assuming I'm saying that incorrectly, so you guys can let me know. This honestly sounds really good and really relatable. That's kind of why I was so intrigued by it. The description lays it out very clearly. There's a married couple and they're basically going to reconnect at this resort. They've grown apart. They're ready to reconnect and everything is going really well until they find something disturbing. And I just feel like it's going to be really, really great. I could absolutely see this very easily being made like a major motion picture. I feel like it has all of those elements, and depending on how it goes, I don't know. I forgot to actually put the Goodreads rating up here, but I want to say it was somewhere around 4 stars. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. We'll have to wait till July to find out, but I think it will be the perfect summer read. I'm also very curious about the imagery in this book, just based on the fact that it's like talking about a luxurious resort, but the luxurious resort is in a desert in Utah. So I'm interested to see how that plays into it, and just again, how great the imagery is for it. I think it'll be super interesting. Next up, we have High Season by Katie Bishop. This one is another one of those like summer vacation type stories. I just reading like the information about it leads me to believe it's going to be a dual timeline because it's based on something that happened 20 years prior to whatever is happening now. So I'm excited about that. I do love a back and forth. I feel like it helps keep things fresh. It helps keep things interesting, especially for me. So yeah, I'm very interested to see this one. It also seems like they might have some money. There's like a twin situation. So I'm very excited to see what plays out here. And I know nothing else about the book, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a prediction. It says here that the twin brother is like the golden boy of the family. And if I've learned one thing from reading so many thrillers, it is that the golden boy always has something to hide. So I'm going to guess there's like a little family situation there where the twin brother may have been jealous or whatever and is somehow involved in the sister being found the way she was found. So we'll wait till August to find out. Next up is one of the first authors that I started reading again once I got back into reading, and it is Sherry Lapina. She has such an extensive catalog, which is really awesome because I feel like sometimes you find a really great author that you love to read by, and they only have like 2 or 3 books, which is what I found with Amy Engel. I absolutely love her, and the books of hers that I have read have been 5 stars for me. I just feel that they're so relatable and so heavy, and it's just super, like, the imagery is amazing. So anyway, I was really excited when I started reading Sherry Lapina books that she has so many because I can like freely read them without worrying about so I don't have to worry about running out of titles, right? So this one is called Didn't See It Coming. Again, it's kind of giving the Society of Lies, and then like we said earlier, with 1 and 4, Lucinda Berry's new book, the covers, I'm starting to see this like outside looking into a building as a cover trend for 2025. So Sherry Lapina's book comes out in July. At the end of July, I'll probably ask for it for my birthday. My birthday is August 1st, so we'll have to see. But yeah, it just sounds like a really great story where there's a mom that disappears from a luxurious condo, and then there are other people living there and they have like this perfect life, but then they don't have a perfect life, which I do see as a trend in her stories as well. You know, like everything on the outside looks amazing, but then once you start peeling back those layers, like things are really, really getting crazy in there. So I am very excited to read this one. I think it's going to be really great. Just for reference, my favorite Sherry Lapina book is Everyone Here Is Lying, though I do think she could have done a little bit more at the end. I feel like it leaves off in a cliffhanger, and just knowing like that there are no intentions to making a second of that book, then I wish it would have done ended a little bit differently. But overall, I really, really like that story. Another one was The Couple Next Door. That one had a lot of twists and turns to it, and a lot of kind of plots that I wasn't, or like mini plots that I was not at all expecting. Caught me totally off guard. Like what actually happened at the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but like what actually happens, I wasn't expecting at all. So I do think she's really great at kind of like figuring out what she thinks that the readers will figure out, but then making what actually happened be totally different from that, like if that makes sense. So I'm very excited to read this one. And then finally, Stacey Willingham's new book, Forget Me Not. I have read all but one of Stacey Willingham's books, and I am truly excited to read this. It's got, again, I think it's going to be like a dual point of view. I think it's going to go kind of like back and forth between both sisters and kind of like the events leading up to the disappearance. You know, there's going to be like the coming back home moment where everything kind of reforms or comes back to life, gets rehashed, I guess is what I was going for. So got a 4.28 out of 310 ratings on Goodreads, which I feel like is pretty good these days. I haven't seen a lot over 4.2, if I'm being honest. So I was really excited to see this. My favorite by Stacey Willingham, for reference, is Flicker in the Dark. And then I really did like All the Dangerous Things. I just felt like it took so long to get there, which we can detail in another video. But overall, I'm super, super excited to see this one in August. And I think that if I was to just, again, based on descriptions, if I was to pick one of her books to be made into a movie or etc., then it sounds like this one is going to be the best one. It just seems like it has like a little bit more pizzazz. I feel like this one would be the best one. Let me know if you are into like Southern thrillers like I am, because I just, again, find them so fascinating. If you are joining this Unhinged Bookworm Society, I need to know if The Last Fairy Out has other similarities to Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney, like we talked about earlier. Like maybe you have like an advanced reader's copy or something like that. I do not. I'm a peasant, but maybe one day my dreams will come true. I'm just super curious if there are other similarities between the two or not. So hopefully we can figure that one out together.